What's up, Pigponians? I am Convoy, and welcome back to the Fortress of Mattitude. Today I'm finishing up the build of the Sprukits Level 2 Man of Steel. Got all of our parts assembled, so just need to put them all together and finish up this figure. I'm gonna start by taking the two torso sections and popping those together. Pop the legs into the lower torso. Just like so. Pop the arms into the shoulder sockets. Pop the head on top. And we're going to pop this little guy off. And then we're going to take our cape. Very much the same way as with the Batman kit. Hold on just a sec. Okay, sorry, as I was saying, take the cape. I had to check the instructions real quick to make sure. With this little piece right here, these little grooves that you can see, maybe, there we go, those little notches right there, and be facing upward. So we've got, like with the Batman, we've got these little pegs right here that the cape's going to plug into. Or it's going to poke through the cape right here. And that's going to plug into his back. And then this little topper's going to come down on top of it. And there he is, boys and girls, the Man of Steel. All finished and put together. So let's go ahead and get a good look at this guy. Ooh, that cape. This is coming off a little bit. Man, he didn't put it down all the way. I guess I did. Anyways, I've got a pretty good, let's see, as far as head rotation, full 360 rotation. But again, not sure what you'd want that for. As far as looking up, that's about as far as he's gonna go looking up there, which is kind of a it's kind of a disappointment considering it's a Superman figure. You know, you want to have him flying like with his fists out and everything, and so you know, can't exactly have him looking up completely. Would have been nice if we got that extra little bit of base articulation at the bottom of the neck like we did with the Batman, but anyways, moving on. We've got a good bit of a forward swing right there with the shoulder. Cape doesn't get too much. Nice thing about this kit is that with this finished figure, you don't have like the little cape piece draping off of the shoulder there to get in the way of the articulation. You get a full 360 rotation there. You get a full more than a 90-degree lift there. Oh. Get quite a bit of a lift going up that way, beyond 90 degrees. Got a nice 360 swivel on the upper arm. The elbow, get not quite, wow, that top joint won't even go full 90. Get a little bit beyond a 90-degree bend on the elbow there, not too close to, not pretty far off from a 180-degree bend. At the wrist, you can push the hands in so that it's nice and flush with that cuff there, but you can also pull them out, get a nice bit of wiggle on there, and again, 360-degree rotation on that fist. On the waist, we can get full 360-degree rotation on there. It'll slide out place a little bit during that, just because of the shape of the pieces. No big bulky utility belt to get in the way of that turn. You get a good bit of a, not too much of a bend forward, but a good bit backward. Still doesn't get us quite where we need to, though, for that flying pose, without him kind of looking down at what he's flying over. With the legs, you can get a, let's see here, not quite a 90-degree swing outwards there. I'd say probably more of a 70-75 degree swing. Let's see, we can again raise and lower the hip a little bit, but it's not going to help a whole lot with the outward swing. It is going to help a good bit with the forward and backward swing. That's going to give us that amount of that bit of swing right there, about 70 or 80 degrees backwards, and then that will allow us to get up to a 90 degree. Yeah, a little bit, kind of awkward there, but it'll let us get it. It'll let him get a good high kick in there. You've got a 360 degree swivel on the hip to the thigh joint. The knee is pretty close to a 180 degree bend there. Not quite the elongated, weird looking elongated knee that we got with the Arkham City Batman. I had a friend afterwards point that out to me. With the foot, we've got a good bit. Whoop. We've got a good bit of tilting forward and backward. And a 360 degree rotation on that ankle. Again, not a whole lot. Not sure why exactly. I don't know if you can tell, but I can see already we're getting a little bit of a stress, some stress marks here on that ankle and the foot from the ball joint and stuff, so you don't want to mess with that too much. You don't want that to end up cracking. There's really not a whole lot to this kit other than just the basic body. He does have the interchangeable hands. If you want to have him like trying to hold something up or anything, like you can probably have him holding up his box. I'll give that a try here in a second. But yeah, he's got the open palm hands there that you can swap out, and again the little base that his foot actually doesn't really want to go into that well, and I think that's largely because of the way that the sole goes onto the foot, just to give it a little bit more of a distinctive sole. The bottom of the foot doesn't go all the way into the top of the foot, just to again give it a little bit of that distinction, so we can have something that actually resembles the sole of the foot there. But that actually keeps the base from getting much of a good grip on his foot whenever you're posing him on it. But I mean, that's not too bad though. I mean, it does help somewhat to keep him standing. Again, not a whole lot to this, and there wasn't a whole lot extra to the Batman, but I mean, it does feel kind of lame that all we get for extra accessories is just an extra set of hands to swap out. But in consideration of that, I mean, number one, it would have been nice to get a set of hands that can like hold accessories and stuff, like with the Batman deal. Then you can have like a cool kind of thing where Batman's toss a batarang at him or something and he caught it in the air, something like that. Have cool little scenes like that. Or even if you just want to goof around and have him toting a couple of the Master Chief Sprukits guns, just for the heck of it. It does hurt his interactivity a little bit with other figures. Give me just a sec. Let me see if I can get a pose working with him holding up something real heavy looking. Yeah, I couldn't get any kind of a heavy lifting pose going on with him with those hands. It's just the way these hands connect in and stuff. Just a lack of an extra joint so that you can get a real good bend at that wrist there. Kind of keeps you from giving him any kind of holding ability. But yeah, here's a shot of him next to the Arkham City Batman that I built in the last series. And I mean they're sized pretty well together. You might notice Superman's head looks maybe just a little bit bigger than Batman's, but I know this one's kind of short for a review, but just given the fact that it's Superman, he's not exactly known for having a whole lot of gadgets and stuff, so there's not a whole lot in the way of accessories to go with them, so there's not a whole lot of that to check out with him. Even so, though, given considering that, one of the things that really bothers me about this kit, I mean, it's a good, like, the build and the body and everything itself is a good solid kit. It's just a big lack of what there is to do and what you can do with this kit once you get it finished. I mean, the only stand we get is this little guy, this little plate for standing him, for doing like straight standing poses or kneeling poses or something like that. And again, we just get one set of interchangeable hands. Would have been nice just for the sake of fun interaction, just screwing around with other kits in this line. If he at least had a pair of hands, showcase a pair of hands that he could hold accessories with, again, just for poops and giggles. And it also, instead of just this little guy right here, it would have been nice if we had gotten some kind of an actual stand, because it's Superman. It's the Man of Steel. One of his biggest superpowers is that he can, or one of his biggest things that he's known for is he can fly. And there's nothing about this kit that accommodates that, if that's how you want to display him or play with him or something like that. Since he doesn't come with any real accessories, it would have been nice to have like a stand that could suspend him in the air, and something that he could do to interact with that, like the typical Gundam peg hole on his taint and everything, and then just come with like a very basic action base that you could have him, you could have him hovering upright, or plug into him so that he's flying forward, charging into battle or something like that. But then as I mentioned earlier, another problem with that is that you can't really have him looking straight forward while he's flying. He can only look up so far, and I would say it's not a bad kit overall, but it's not a good Superman kit. We can't even get, like with all other manner of, sprue kits, we get at least one small runner that has a that has just one piece on it in one particular color that's not found on any of the other runners in the kit. It would have been nice even just to, even as something to just throw in there, even though we didn't see any of it in Man of Steel. There wasn't any of it in the movie that this particular kit is based out of. It would have been nice to get like a little kryptonite rock or something to come with them, just to have something extra to come with them. And again, it would have been nice to have a more detailed base that would have allowed him to fly, to be displayed in more flying poses and stuff. In terms of any necessary paint to finish this guy off, or any extra touches you can put on this kit to make it a bit more film accurate or screen accurate, whatever. You can take like a there's these little bits on the cuffs right here, and some other parts of them that you need to touch up brown, which you could maybe just get like a dark metallic brown. I've seen multiple several different kinds of sets of metallic markers and Sharpies and stuff that they're essentially paint markers. But because they're metallic, it's a lot easier to get them to work and come off on plastics and stuff. But like a brown, a metallic brown Sharpie or marker or something of that nature to go over those cuffs with, and some of the other details on the super suit, and then gold Sharpie to go over the little belt buckle and this little golden part of the belt that goes around to the back. Like I said before, you can with the embossing of the red piece for the S on his chest, wouldn't be too hard to get some masking tape, get some masking tape specifically made for modeling, and get all the just put one big piece over that, press it down into the yellow areas, and then get a hobby knife, cut out the tape, or even just with this sticker on, cut out those gold sections, and then go over, once you pull those out, go over them with a gold Sharpie. His eyes are left, blank flesh tone color, which, it's kind of, and of course his eyebrows are that same color. It is a little weird. I don't know, I guess they just plain wouldn't stick at all at this scale, but it is a little odd to me, especially when we do have stickers with this kit, that we didn't at least get any kind of like little eye stickers to do in there. But very similar to the Arkham City kit of the same size. Not too hard to if you're just careful and patient and pay attention to what you're doing, not too hard to get some white in there, like with a toothpick or something, and then once that dries, just take like a Gundam marker or some other kind of fine tip marker to dot the eyes, and then just get maybe try to get a hold of some kind of a very dark gray shade of paint, just to go over the eyebrows with. If you want to put a cloth cape on him, as I mentioned, doing with the Arkham City Batman, you're definitely gonna have a bit more of a challenge doing that in a way that looks good with this Superman, or with the Superman kit, rather than with the Batman, just because of the way the kit is built and the way that his cape looks in the movie. You would definitely, in order to get it to really look good, you'd have to do a little bit of machine tooling on there. You know, cut some bits away where you could stick the cape in. Like, you know, let's pull this piece out real quick. But just like cut some holes or something like that where you could, you know, stick the ends of the cape in and glue them in, or thread something through the cape to keep it from popping back out on its own. So really, again, as I said before, it's not a bad kit overall, but it's not that great of a Superman kit. I really feel like a good bit more thought could have gone into it. But again, it's not, you know, it's not a bad kit if you like the other DC Comics Sprue kits. You know, the Arkham City Batman, the Dark Knight Batman, and soon to come the Dark Knight Joker and stuff. You know, you want to get a good DC shelf going with these guys. You know, he's not terrible. I mean, it's about the same. You know, it's about the same quality as the Arkham City Batman. Just you know, not a whole lot of extra stuff to do with them once you've got them built. So anyways, that's going to do it for this review, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, beat that like button like it owes you money. Kick the annotation for more videos that I've done, and smack that subscribe button to stay tuned for more videos coming up. Thanks again, you guys, and I will see you in the next video.